All right, let's move on from the challenge now into the normal topics of the day, the normal rundown. We'll split that up into like two. Hank, you're going to have to wrap your noodle around that one. Let's go with starting off now, the non-challenge stuff. Matt Stafford was mic'd up. Big Cat, you blogged it after, obviously, they picked up the flag.
Hey, Pete, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable, and you know it. You know it is, though. I know. How does that get overturned? How does that get overturned? Hey, that's unbelievable. Congratulations. It's unbelievable. Hey, can I get explained that one? Give me a moment. That's pretty awesome. Can we explain that or no? What? Just flat out overturning a pass interference call?
What he said was, yes, he did face guard him, but there's no contact before the ball arrived.
Okay, I understand, but your man saw it and threw the penalty.
I kind of was on your side with your take on this. What do you got, Big Cat?
I don't want to say that his reaction was wrong. It just struck me as a little odd because if that was me, I would have been losing my mind. He just kind of was so dumbfounded that he just stood there saying the same word over and over. And like it was just strange to me. It was such a pivotal moment, and he just stood there saying incredible maybe 10,000 times.
KFC?
I think if it was a no call, like if he thought he deserved the flag and they just didn't throw it, he would have gone bananas. But I think it was just like everybody else. Everyone else watching that game was like, what the fuck is going on? So I think the way that came across is exactly how it played out, where he was more confused than anything and just wanted an explanation rather than just like, where the fuck was the flag?
Big E?
My opinion, I think that if somebody else next to him was mic'd up and he knew that he wasn't mic'd up, you might have got a whole different conversation from him.
That's a fair point. I mean, but even in the heat of the moment, a lot of times guys, I feel like, forget that they're mic'd up. I would have been –
No.
You don't think in the heat of a moment you can forget that?
Dude, I got to wear a mic 24/7 when we do these shows. You know, he knows that whole game, everything he says is going to be shown all over the internet. So, you know, if he would have caught a receiver, somebody mic'd up, you would have heard probably so many expletives they couldn't have shown the film online.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a fuck about that. I'm stunned. And you always hear NFL guys mic'd up. They just bleep it out like the NFL films, like bleep, bleep, bleep. But I don't know how he didn't drop, and maybe you're saying he knew he was mic'd up. I actually don't buy that. But I don't know how you just don't say what the fuck over and over and over. That's all I would have done, like what the fuck, what the fuck. And like you said, you would have to drag me kicking and screaming off the field. If I was a ref, I
would have been upset, definitely.
Upset?
Livid, furious.
Yeah. The Lions haven't won a playoff game in 100 years. They just got rigged by a call that has basically never happened. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, after that call, they had to go start the bus.
They did that after that, and then the punt that went 5 yards. That's the game. It had to be what the fuck over and over. I was stunned by that, unless he just doesn't swear.
Also, though, like Big E would know this better than anyone. Maybe that was still cut up for NFL films. Maybe there was a whole lot of that, and they just wanted to.
Right. You know. I mean, you don't know what. I mean, you know, they just it didn't look like cuts though. I mean, you know.
It didn't.
I'm just talking about the language. I think that he should have been more visibly upset running on the field. I mean, at that point, you're fighting for your life. I mean, you're either going home or you're advancing. So I'm not saying about the language. I'm saying about the actions.
Tom Brady, there is zero chance Tom Brady doesn't basically strangle the ref there in like a nonstop stream of profanities, which he does anyways. Next, this story into your world, KFC. Jermaine Cunningham got arrested. Am I reading this right? He got arrested for revenge porn, a very Jets thing to do. What do you got?
This is such bullshit. The term revenge porn is ridiculous. Like that to me implies that you would like show it to someone's boss and they get fired in like a vengeful plot. This dude showed these naked pictures to his friends. That's, I mean, if you send sex, if you make a sex video, if you take naked pictures, you have to know that guy is going to show it to his friends. That's part of the fucking deal.
How did he get caught?
That I don't know. They kind of like the article I read over. They kind of glossed over it because they were also like, yeah, we found a handgun in his apartment too, and he got 4th-degree weapons charges. They just kind of glossed over that. I don't know. I'm assuming this chick probably fucking snitched or something. It said the way it was described is she consensually took pictures for him, but he's showing it to people she didn't give consent to. Fuck that. If you take those pictures, you got to know that's happening. And technically, he could do 3 to 5 years for this. They say everybody please down. But the fact that he's facing 5 years in prison for showing his buddies naked pictures that a chick sent is fucking crazy.
Big E?
I think it's the NFL. If they would have put the weapon charge up top, they would have got zero publicity.
That's literally exactly what I said. Like now,
I know. I agree with you. I mean, the thing was, at this point, an NFL guy with a gun getting a weapon charge, revenge porn sounds a hell of a lot better for the news funnel.
Big Cat?
Just know that everyone needs to download our boy Mark Cuban's Cyberdust. I'm just going to plug my friend's app there. That's really all I got to say about that one.
Big Cat, your microphone sounds distorted.
The whole time it has?
No, just right there.
Yeah, it's a crazy case. When I hear revenge porn, kind of like you, I think it has to be on revengeporn.com, like that website. There is a website, revengeporn.com. When I hear that, it's like, oh, he put it on revenge porn.
Yes.
Sexting pictures. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. Weird case. Big Cat's gone. We're going to poop water next. So Bill Gates invented a machine that can turn poop into water, which could save a lot of lives.
Pathogen-free. This is where the sludge enters the machine. It goes up this conveyor belt, is fed into these large tubes we call the dryer. That's where we boil the sludge. And in the boiling process, we separate the water vapor from the solids. The solids are now dry, and we can feed them into the fire. Once we have this very hot fire, we can make high pressure, high temperature steam. And we take that steam and we send it to a steam engine. And the steam engine drives a generator that makes electricity that we use for the processor, and also excess electricity that can be delivered back to the community. The water vapor that's created in the boiling process is run through a cleaning system until we have the cleanest, purest water you can possibly imagine.
Big Cat, you're not buying what Bill Gates is selling.
Look, it's a great invention. Hank, is my mic okay? Yep. It's a great invention. It's going to save a lot of lives. I'm all for it. I personally just don't trust poop water, and I will never drink poop water. You can never be like, hey, there goes Big Cat, the poop water drinker, because that's just not going to happen. I'd rather die.
KFC?
It depends on who you are. Like, people in Africa, you can guzzle that poop water all you want. You need that poop water. I'm over here. I can buy a bottle of Poland Spring, get my Brita out. I'm not going to fuck with poop water. Poor people can fuck with poop water.
Big E?
Get the fuck out of here. The only way I would drink poop water is Bear Grylls was the designer, and I was stuck in a desert island for 3 months. Maybe I would think about drinking.
Let's say this. Okay, let's go back to the challenge. You're dying of heat exhaustion. You're dehydrated. And there's a bucket of poop water right there. You're going to get up and hit the finish line. You drinking that poop water?
It depends on how far the finish line is and how far the poop water will take me. I mean, at the end of the day, if I go to the hospital, I'm getting saline bags, sipping teaspoons of water. But, I mean, if you would have just told me, walk around here and put some shit in the back, 3 days later you can get some water out so I could forget about it. But like Big Cat said, I just don't know if I could drink something I visibly put my own shit in.
I'm going to say something that is definitely people are going to hate me for, but I don't even feed my dog tap water. Like, we go straight Poland Springs for the dog, for me, for everybody. So there is zero chance we're drinking poop water in the Portnoy household. Zero chance. I don't
Biggest
feed
asshole ever.
Yeah, you really are.
I don't. It's how it is.
So what do you mean? Do you take bottled water and pour it in her bowl?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That is so bougie. That's just like
That's so Bieber-esque.
I knew people weren't going to like it. Listen, I look as like, hey, I'm not drinking it. Why should she?
Oh,
It's
she's a fucking dog.
That's a fucking dog.
I knew people weren't going to like it.
Genitals, man.
I-
It doesn't give a shit.
Maybe,
I mean, what do you chop up filet mignon for
maybe
selling
Duncan
too?
wouldn't be looking like a grandmother in pictures if you started giving her some.
Dave, okay,
Poland
so what do you feed
Springs.
dog? Do you eat dog food?
No.
Well, why do you feed it to your dog then?
Well, that's the stomach. My dog's
Oh,
stomach
yeah,
can't
'cause
eat
water doesn't
other
go in your
food.
stomach.
Whatever. I knew. Listen, I knew that was going to be a controversial statement, but I said it because I tell the truth. Randy Johnson. I don't even know what you say about this guy, but he is the weirdest looking motherfucker. He's always weird looking, but he's like, since he retired and became a photographer and just became doubly weird. He's like in the Twilight Zone. We'll start with you, Biggie. What do you got on Randy Johnson?
I mean, dude, he's a big and tall shopper, and as we all have fat and tall friends, their shopping selection blows, But a big grown-ass man that can hit a bird with a baseball can wear whatever the fuck he wants.
And by the way,
I'm surprised it wasn't denim on denim.
And by the way, his logo for the company is the dead bird. His photography logo is like a bird flipped over. KFC.
He's always been a weird-looking dude. He's like 6'11" or whatever, real tall and skinny. But at least when we were watching him, he was still a young guy. When you're like 6'11", like $175, and you're like 45 years old, you start to look real fucking weird. I don't know what was better, just the plain white button-up or the quadruple extra large fucking jersey they gave him. I'm sure they just made the biggest jersey they possibly could. He was swimming in that thing. But like Big E said, Randy Johnson can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's the only guy who can pull that off.
Big Cat? Well, he didn't pull it off.
I mean, he's not going to fucking win any fashion awards, but Randy Johnson can do whatever he wants. Put it that way.
That's the thing. He's a guy who's comfortable in his own skin. If you're that tall and you try to act like a normal person, everyone thinks you're an asshole. You remember, not to like put him on blast, but tall guy. I mean, he's a nice guy, but he like kind of pretended that he wasn't a tall, like 6'10", and then it just made everyone weird. Like, if you're that tall, you just need to be goofy and weird and kind of gross looking, and then we all can be comfortable around you.
Tall guy had a notoriously good looking like Twitter avatar that made him look a lot better looking than he was, which is not a good thing. Like, if you can't mislead people with your Twitter avatar like he did. The only thing about the Randy Johnson thing for me is the Hall of Fame's kind of like a big deal. Like,
yes,
who came up with that shirt?
the white one or like the jersey?
The actual Hall of Fame shirt. That wasn't Randy Johnson. Somebody at the Hall of Fame gave him that shirt. What are they doing?
That was like
giving him a 52 regular.
Yeah, like you find a shirt that fits the guy. It wasn't an upset that Randy Johnson was getting into the Hall of Fame. Be ready for that. This is a crazy story. So a guy, I forget how much he won on this lottery ticket. It was what was it? 500 grand?
Geez.
500 grand. He goes to cash it, and they basically, the lottery says, hey, oh, no, sorry, that's a misprint. This happens time to time in casinos where they're like, oh, the cards were shuffled improperly, and they take it back. This didn't seem fair. Big Cat?
Oh, I totally disagree with you. This was completely fair. If you look at the ticket, it says the number, and then it clearly has the misprinted number underneath. Like, it's so clear that the printer fucked up on printing the number that this guy is such a little bitch. Like, obviously it sucks. But the minute you look at that ticket, something looks fishy, and you realize, well, something got fucked up. If they just said, oh, it's a misprint on a winning ticket that looks normal, I'm on his side. But as is, I think he's being a little bitch about it.
KFC?
I didn't notice that it was that obvious. So to me, I just thought they were just fucking making it up. I would have lost my mind. And that's why the funniest part for me was his quote was, I really would have liked the $500,000. That was it. Like, yeah, no fucking kidding, bro. I would have liked the 500 grand too. Like, Stafford, show me something. If you thought you won $500,000 and they're taking it away, you got to give me something more than I would have liked to win that.
Big E.
I mean, I think the reason this is going on is because your boy's hoping to settle out of court for about a bill 25. I mean, he knows the way it is. Huh?
Not a bad play. Why not?
He knows the way the news is right now. I mean, you talk about 500. He grabs one of those like online Maury Povich advertising lawyers, that you see in between the commercials. He's getting a bill 25 out of it.
I didn't look at the misprint, so if that's true, Big Cat, I can see it. But it reeked to me of when, and I use the blackjack, when you're playing blackjack and you're sitting there with like already a blackjack, and then they forget the guy next to you and they misdeal, but it like happened after you have blackjack and they cancel the whole hand. That's what it felt like to me, which is one of the most infuriating moves in the history of moves. But if you say it was that obvious, maybe Biggie's right. What?
It said like his winning ticket was he had ones. He had ones match up, and underneath the one it was like EGHT. So it was clearly supposed to be 18, and the 8 just didn't print. Like, you can see that it was a fuck up. So I just can't buy that. It's just someone looking for a handout.
Oil tycoon wife is suing her husband, a divorce, settlement, blah, blah, blah. There was an award given to her for $975 million. She appealed the decision. This guy wants to end it, says, here's $975 million. Here you go, cash, no more legal proceedings. She says no to $975 million. Big E, we'll start with you. What do you got on this lady?
I mean, dude, she must have some good shit on her, and he's actually told her how much he's really worth.
KFC?
The best part is that he wrote a personal check. And that he had to write all the words out. He had to go to a second line to write the numbers. I don't even think you could fit $900 million in the box. The fact that he's just got that in an account that she can cash is crazy. I think we gotta put a cap out there at $1 billion. You can't get more than $1 billion. I don't care how much he's worth. I don't care if you think you can get half. Let's be civilized here and just end it at $1 billion.
Big Cat.
Yeah, it's all about the personal check. The fact that he just wrote it nonchalantly is outrageous. I like I said in my blog, I write a check and I'll be like, hey, don't cash that for like 20 days. and writing out the number, when you get above 1,000, I screwed up every single time trying to write out the number, write out the words. I can't do it. So the fact that he was able to get
how old are you?
Billion.
How old are you?
29. I can't do it.
You still write fucking checks?
Well, sometimes some people I know take checks instead of cash. So
who still writes fucking checks was my question. I mean, goddamn.
My bookie takes my checks. He'll take checks.
Well, I still
from Chi-Town. You're post dating bookie checks. Wow.
Takes checks.
I will say this about the wife, and I like the move. I know everyone's free. How do you turn down $975 million? Obviously, it has zero to do with it. She already got $20 million just from like the time the settlement came out. She hates this guy. This guy was probably fucking everybody, doing whatever. She fucking is just sticking it to him. Honestly, who cares? At $975 million, $2 billion, whatever. That's irrelevant. She just wants to make this fucking guy's life miserable, drag him through court, and make him suffer. So this is nothing to do with money. This is just, I hate you. I already have more money than God. Both of them do. But how do I hurt you? I don't let you end this. I just drag it along and make your fucking life miserable. And by the way, that's probably what I do. I'm one of those people. I don't like the easy way out. I like to just make everybody kind of like uncomfortable for as long as they can when you wrong me. Last one. This is the long rundown. Jameis going pro. First it said he was going to stay. Now it's going pro. Real simple. Where are you drafting Jameis? Big Cat.
Right after Mariota, probably like top 5.
Okay, that's a vague answer, but
what do you want? What do you want me to say? I mean, if he's
so if Mariota goes 1, you're going 2.
Who's 2 though? I have to see. Go
KFC?
ahead. I didn't know that was the question. You didn't prep us with the question.
I said, where are you drafting him? You gave a weird answer. You gave like a notch answer. KFC?
We're drafted him 6 to the New York Jets because it's fucking destiny. It's a match made in heaven. It has to happen. One way or the other. This guy has to slip to 6 to make it. The universe needs it and wants it. Jameis on the Jets.
Big E?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with KFC. I think he's going to probably go 6, and all the Jets news writers up there getting the headlines ready.
I would go number 1. I think he's better than Mariota. I think he's going to be a great pro. What?
Wait, are you saying where you think he's going to go or where you think he should go?
Where I draft him. If I was...
So I looked at the draft board. I didn't realize that. I didn't know you were going to ask that question. I didn't know the needs of each team. I'd take him 2 with the Titans.
Okay, I'm not even talking to you. I think I guess the point of me saying this, I think he's better than Mariota. And I think people are, because of the disaster that was the last game that he played in, which most of it wasn't his fault, by the way, if they didn't keep fumbling leading up to his horrific play there. But I think he's going to be a great NFL pro outside the fact he doesn't like rape anybody or do anything off the field.
You're not worried at all about his intelligence?
No, not in a football sense. I think he's pretty smart on the field. I think he's an idiot off, but I think he actually has good football
intellect. Can he learn the
intellect.
playbook?
What's that?
Can he learn the playbook?
I think he can. We'll see. All right.
You were right about Johnny Football, so we'll probably trust
The
you on
verdict
this
is
one.
out on Johnny Football. The guy's played one fucking game. Guy's played one game.
Yeah, but you should be studying the fucking book up to that game.
What, Big Cat?
Oh, I will say this about Mariota is he's a little too squeaky clean for me. Like something, I don't know if you guys saw Draft Day. He's Bo Callahan. Like, did his friends go to his birthday party or not? I don't know it's a little, something feels weird with him.
He's
It's like
also,
what-
Oregon's a gimmick offense. You don't run gimmick offenses in the NFL. And he's a
Joey
gimmick
Harrington.
quarterback. What?
Joey Harrington, ever heard of him?
Yeah. Andre Ware, ever heard of him? All right, that's the rundown. That was a long one. Long ass. So, before we go, E, tell us now, what bar are you? Southpaw? What? Oh, I'd give him an A. Hank wants the A. Straight A. That was a very good guess.
I think
We
you should
grade
give him a
all the
job, to be
guests.
honest.
That was he's a professional.
Yeah.
He died
Who?
and came back. Guys like that get A's. What
What are we grading here?
you?
Your performance.
Oh, y'all should at least let me smoke one before we got going on there.
What tell us about, so what bar? Is it your bar?
No, man, this guy has been down there. He went down for spring break in 1985 and never fucking left.
South Padre, right?
And I'm not lying, he's probably one of the coolest dudes. Looks like Jimmy Buffett, and it's called Louis' Backyard.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, any bar that hosts 10,000 people is epic. But we go down there and party our ass off for about a month.
So you just party like every night for a month straight?
Yeah, 9. I mean, we spend the day on the beach and we party our ass off. The bar opens at fucking like 9 every night.
At the end of that month, are you like fucking dead, or are you just an animal that can keep going?
No, dude. I mean, all people want to do is see me, quote unquote, drunk. I mean, there's nights you go up there and just chug like OJ, because it looks like a vodka OJ. I mean, it's just, you pick your nights. Either you drink during the day when it's a good day out, or you drink at night. But anybody that can tell you they can go down there and punch down 40 days straight
Not
is an
possible.
idiot. Well, it's not. It's idiotic.
Is there a cutoff with you, with people recognizing like who you are, like age-wise?
No, your mom watches my show. No, I'm just kidding.
We've gotten to the mum jokes.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, honestly,
The fuck?
that's the oddest it is. I mean, the places that you expect to walk through and get people to notice you, they don't. But when you're having like lunch somewhere, like a 30 or 40, 50-year, I mean, the people that watch MTV and don't tell people about it is what's more comical.
Yeah.
Because you think all women watch it, but there's like dudes that watch it because their ex-girlfriend got them into it. And,
How about
Two prep school faces on that one.
how about watching it because it's fucking awesome TV and it should be the 5th American sport?
I agree. I mean, it's one of the most extreme sports that you can ever do. And it's like modern day gladiator shit.
Are you done? Or are you gonna do another one?
I'm waiting for the phone call, man. Like, I used to weigh 315 pounds. Now I'm down 90 pounds, and all I do is just train every day because, I don't know if they'll ever call me back. Was I just the staple because I was, the bigger dude? But if they ever give me a shot back, I'm ready to flex. And I mean, it's not that I'm saying I'm going to win, but at least I know I'm bringing all the guns to the table at that point.
You got a day job, or is it only like the promotions you do through MTV?
Oh, no, I do consulting for corporate marketing, man. I mean, I graduated from UK with a corporate marketing degree. So I quit corporate America in 2010. So now I do all consulting and stuff like that.
It
But
kind of
yeah,
still
I mean,
sounds like corporate America consulting, but
What do you mean? I consult corporate America instead of getting a paycheck from them. I charge them. They used to pay me the checks.
that kind of seems like semantics a little bit. But
How? What do you mean semantics?
I
How
mean,
so?
like you quit. You're like, I quit corporate America. I consult for corporate America, though. I mean,
No. I'm not
that's
saying it's
corporate
not
America.
corporate America that I consult for, but I mean, when you work your ass off for big corporations and get the corporate ladder dropped on you, and you see, it's like, do I want to work my ass off for this much, or you're paying me this much, and I can make that tenfold by working for 3 different companies versus 1.
Right. I hear you. No, I mean we're not exactly corporate here, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was awesome having you on. Everybody. So you're there all in March? Is that the deal?
All of March, and then we start our tours as soon as spring break's over, all summer.
So where do you buy the tours from?
Just check out at Eric Banks on Twitter. We're going to be launching all that. It'll be, well, I mean, you won't have to buy them anywhere. It'll be at your college because we're trying to hit up, like you guys do with the Black Eye Tour. We're trying to do that, but on a very smaller scale and build up to that level.
Can I consult for you?
I've already talked to you about that on the phone.
No, that was Paul. That was Gaz.
Okay, well then, yes, you can. I mean, honestly,
I think you got to change your Twitter handle.
Anybody that can knock out 100 and what'd y'all do? 83, 84 dates?
No, we did. Yeah, we don't do many of them anymore. Too many kids start doing Molly and dying.
184
and shit like
dates is fucking beastie.
Yeah,
so of course I would like to get your insight.
This was gonna be simple. I think the Twitter handle has to be at Big E. No, Eric Banks. Like I don't know who the fuck Eric Banks is, but I know
that's me.
But I know who Big E is. I didn't know that till you came on the show.
Right, but I mean, my whole thing is I don't want to surround the rest of my life around MTV. You know what I'm saying? So everything that is my Twitter or whatever is Eric Banks because that's who I am. That's who I was before. That's who I'll be afterwards. This is just a wave that I'm riding to the shore, man, and I'm going to keep taking it out and grab my surfboard. When a fucking wave hits the beach, I'm grabbing the surfboard again and keep riding that motherfucker in because the rest of the people are the people working and watching me surf all day. So fuck.
Bro, that was poetic. That just brought a tear to my eye right there.
No, but I mean that's life. You guys are doing shit that people are watching right now because you're grabbing your surfboard and catching the next fucking wave in.
I love it. But you weren't called Big E. Like I don't get it. Big E wasn't your natural nickname?
No, dude, I got that nickname on the show, bro. Somebody gave me that. Huh?
Big E died.
Yeah.
Big E died on that challenge.
Okay.
Fine. I can live with that. Big E died on that challenge. Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you, Eric Banks. Sounds weird.
Oh, wait. Hey, Big E, who is the hottest chick in person?
Oh.
Who? I'm going to go with Melinda or Johanna, probably.
Johanna.
Same show.
Natural beauty.
Same show. Wow.
Texas, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Those two are on the same show.
Yeah, but they're
Wes
they're
and Danny,
natural
right?
beauty.
Wes and Danny? Didn't they get married?
Danny and Melinda got married.
And then I think MTV bought the ring in one of the all-time cheesy moves in the history of the show.
Yeah, biggest dirtball move ever.
Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable. Like, they bought the ring. Also, what about Trishelle in her prime?
No.
She was like that trash bag hot, but not like a truly pretty girl.
There was another real hot girl on Vegas, too, the little one. I forget who that was.
I always like Veronica, that little Cuban chick.
Oh, Veronica was hot?
Yeah,
She's in the chicks, though, bro. You're out.
She's a lesbian?
I think so. Who
Even
knows?
better, I don't know.
Interesting.
How scary is Anissa in person, speaking of lesbians?
Ooh.
Not bad, man. I mean, she's a cool chick.
What
Like,
about
if you were...
You hate Evelyn sucks.
Evelyn's a fucking beast, bro.
No, I mean, look at the real story. I mean, Evelyn could have been either way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
now
do your research. Do your research.
What you're saying.
There was there's the Asian girl who's like a star now.
Oh, little Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that girl. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, she's banging, but she left before I got there, bro. That's like that roommate that lived in the house before you got there, and you're like, man, we used to have this really hot-ass chick that lived here.
I mean, she's a legit star now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell you what, the guy that does the show Grimm was on our shows too, man. The main guy.
I'm just going through. All right.
Listen, all I want is I don't want there to be like a big I don't want anyone to die from steroids and have it be a big thing. I've already had my childhood ruined with like the Sosa and McGuire thing. I don't need to know that like CT,
No, dude. That was me that was me joking, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think
just tell them all not to die, because like that would crush me. If like I found out that CT when he smashed bananas into the can.
You ready? Let's
Oh my god. What the just happened?
If I found out that he had done steroids right before.
No. I'm not saying that at all, dude. You got to also realize CT is like 6'6", and Bananas is like 5'3", so it is like CT wearing a backpack.
Yeah, but in the scheme of the steroid era, if you're going to have one clip, whether it's McGuire hitting like home runs to the moon, Sosa hitting home runs to the moon, Brady Anderson, the one defining steroid clip of the generation is CT storming to the trash can.
What I'm trying to say is CT doesn't need to. CT, I mean, dude, he's already a beast.
But that is
certain guys that are built 6'6" and like a brick shithouse for a fucking reason.
That is the steroid era. Like that clip right there. Anyways.
Oh, man.
All right. Thank you very much, Eric.
Thanks a lot, man.
Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, Biggie. Appreciate it.